you guys got to come, Granny. You guys pulled a fast one on me. Congratulations. That's great.
You can stand there.
All right, pretty good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
A little bit about what the Daisy Award is for everyone who's here. It's lucky you guys had one last month. We were just here, so there's quite a culture here. But for you guys too, just to know what Daisy is. So Daisy stands for diseases attacking the immune system. So Patrick Barnes was a 32-year-old who spent 8 weeks in the hospital and then passed away. And so throughout his experience in the hospital, his family and really appreciate the care that the nurses provided through that journey, both for Patrick and the family, which led them after his passing to create the Daisy Foundation for the Daisy Award to recognize nurses. So read a little bit about him. They were so awed by the way the nurses touched him and spoke with him, even when he was totally sedated. The way they informed and educated the family eased their minds and their sensitivity to what the family was going through, and it made a great difference in the experience for them while in the hospital. The nurses truly helped the family through the darkest hours of their lives with their soft voices of hope and strong, loving hugs. To this day, they still feel that love. So everyone who met Patrick was touched by his positive spirit and his sense of humor. Twice a survivor of Hodgkin's disease, Pat was driven by a desire to befriend others and help them in any way he could. His legacy is clear. Whenever he came across anyone in need, he never turned his back. He reached out to comfort, to make them feel okay. So Pat was a natural mentor, sharing his phenomenally positive outlook on life with a wide network of friends and family around the country. And so the Daisy Foundation was established to keep his very special spirit alive. And so today we're going to recognize you with that award.
So Shannon.
Shannon.
Okay, come on back here. We get your Daisy. Okay, just a little a bio on you. Okay. Okay. Brady joined our team in October 11th of this past year as a nurse resident. So brand new nurse. He received his associate degree in nursing from Kirkwood just prior to that. He was recruited by one of our former nurses, Hillary Stockmaster, so that was super cool. He shadowed with her, and during the shadow, I snagged him for an interview, and here we are. A few tidbits from our interview. Her interview include, in nursing school, his favorite clinicals were 6JC and 2 Carver. His favorite job he had growing up was lifeguarding for 3 summers.
No.
The tan and your best friends that you met there.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
His least favorite job was a server at Luhat.
Yeah.
Because the tips weren't good.
Mm-hmm.
And he identified his strengths at that point as that he's a very compassionate person, and also that you try your very best to be a positive person. And I think this is an amazing reflection of that. So, Kim, or Emily.
Yep, I'm up next.
Thank you.
Emily Ward, Associate
Nice
Chief
to meet
Nurse.
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I'm going to read the nomination.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'm going to
Okay.
see if you can figure it out as
Okay.
I read it. My husband wanted to nominate Brady, and I was not surprised because he does a very professional job, but so did most of the other nurses. I asked him, my husband, why him? What my husband told me brought tears to my eyes. He told me about numerous times that before he clocked in and after he clocked out, he would come in and check on Steve. There was a point when my husband had all but given up hope, and he said Brady stood over his bed in the middle of the night and gave him a pep talk about why he should continue to fight. Another time he said, I'm 23 years old, love my job and my life, but what are some of the words of wisdom from your experiences in life to make me a better person? My husband confessed his faith, and Brady took the time to listen to him. On another occasion, Brady said Steve reminded him of his grandfather and how much he admired him. I guess when Steve said Brady was personable, I fully understand now that he further explained. The professionalism is a big factor in healthcare, but the mental and humanistic slice is just as important. Thank you, Brady. I'm going to take my husband home because of you.
I knew it was.
All right, Brady. So I'm Kim Hunter. I'm the chief nurse.
Nice to meet meet you.
We're so happy, all of us, to be here with you.
Woo!
I don't know exactly the best place to stand, but we have a table of goodies for you, and you've already started with
Yeah, I see.
So, like, so we're going to go by them one by one.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the certificate here, right? So this is going to be yours. And it says, the Daisy Award for Extraordinary Nurses, that was you. This award is presented to Brady Gibson in deep appreciation for all you do, who you are, and the incredibly meaningful difference you make in the lives of so many people. So, this is yours, and we're going to lay it here because you can't hold everything at once.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, another thing is that there is a pin that you'll get as a Daisy nurse, and this is your pin. And you can decide where you want to wear it. You can see some people put it on their name tags, on their badges, and whatever, but it's simply your choice. But when Patrick's mom and stepmom and father were in the hospital, they noticed that nurses have a lot of different pins. Pins are schools for nursing and other things. So they wanted to create a special pin for the Daisy Award, and they did, and this is yours. So they want you to wear it proudly, right? I'm sure. All right, but just don't run it through the wash.
I won't.
Okay. Now, I am going to give you this to hold because this is really cool. Okay? So this is yours. There's a story I'm going to read to you about this sculpture, okay? And you can, or there, you can, there you go. Put it on the picture.
I'm smiling, I promise.
So this beautiful sculpture is called the Healer's Touch. And it represents the bond between nurses and their patients. So the sculptures are all hand-carved. They're made of serpentine stone and are signed by the Shona artist for Zimbabwe who created it. So you can see on the face of that, that's the artist's signature. And so they encourage you to go to the Daisy Foundation website, and there's a video you can watch to learn more about these sculptures that create these for the Daisy Foundation. So they say, as you may know, the economy and the politics of Zimbabwe have been in turmoil for decades. However, because of this work that they do for the Daisy Foundation, the Shona artists are able to support hundreds of people in their community. And so the Daisy Foundation feels that nurses are reaching around the world and impacting the lives of these very special artists. And the artists are filled with gratitude for nurses for this work. So that's a really neat story behind that. Now also, you will get a bag, and in that bag there's a little literature about the Daisy Foundation, and you can look at that and look on their website. But we come to the part of this that is the favorite part. But I didn't tell you, these are your daisies.
Yay.
Okay, so as a Daisy Award winner, you get daisies. And so this is like the favorite part for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it's cinnamon rolls, individually packaged, of course, these days, right? But there's a story behind why you get cinnamon rolls at the
Okay.
Daisy Award,
I
okay?
figured.
So here it goes. So it says there are several reasons why the Daisy Foundation asked that cinnamon rolls be served at Daisy celebrations. So first of all, when Pat was ill and he had lost his appetite, then one morning he asked for a bite of a cinnamon roll that his dad had brought in for his own breakfast. And Pat ended up eating the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so as the family was leaving that evening, Pat asked that they bring cinnamon rolls for the next day, but to be sure to bring in enough for the other nurses on the unit. And those cinnamon rolls were Pat's thank you to his nurses. And the Daisy Foundation wants all nurses, to share in his treat as a gift of gratitude. So secondly, nursing is a real team sport. So you've got your whole team around you here,
Absolutely.
right? And this gives you an opportunity to share something together as a team, right? And so finally, almost without exception, when a nurse receives a Daisy Award, the humble response is, I didn't do anything special, I was just doing my job. But what you as a Daisy nurse may not realize, however, is that when nurses are just doing their jobs, they have such an important and meaningful impact on the lives of so many. And you clearly did with this patient and his wife. So the Daisy hopes that whenever you smell, or taste a cinnamon roll, or bake with cinnamon, you'll be reminded how very special you are and what a positive difference you are making in a patient and their family's life. Or if your family bakes with cinnamon, you get to smell it
Oh,
too.
you have no idea.
All right. They say you're making the world a better place because you are a nurse, and we at the Daisy Foundation salute you and honor you. So, you also see that you have a banner, right? This banner will remain on the unit, and in just a minute we're going to get pictures of you with all of your goodies, with your banner. We'll have your teammates come around you and get pictures as well, and then we'll get pictures with your family too. But we couldn't be more proud of you, and you're an awesome addition to this awesome team. So, thank you so much. Yeah.